Here's a question, and I want you to think long and hard about it before you answer it. You're dying. You're lying in a hospital bed with a terminal disease. It's your last day on earth. Now I want you to think, who do you want in that room with you? Actually better, who do you want in the bed with you? Is it your partner? Your mum? Your dad? Your child? Your affair? Or could it be a person you've loved from afar that has never reciprocated? Or is it somebody that doesn't even know that you love them? You see, I think that the person you want in the bed with you on the last day is your greatest love. Hello, my name's Tom Forbes. Welcome to this week's episode. Now that's pretty dark, and you may be wondering, where's this coming from, Tom? Well, there is a method to my madness. Be patient. Recently, as a journalist, I did a story for work about the introduction of cuddle beds in palliative care wards.
For the first time in Queensland, cuddle beds are available to palliative care patients at 2 public hospitals on the Gold Coast. The large beds allow family members to comfort a loved one as they reach the end of their life.
Josephine Collins worked in aged care but is now dying from cancer. The 62-year-old is one of the first people in Queensland to share the specially designed cuddle bed with her family.
To be able to be close as your loved one is dying shares that gift of I'm here.
While filming this story, I was deeply saddened yet strangely happy as well. Firstly, Josephine and her family gave us access to the hospital room, which was incredibly generous of them at such a difficult time in their lives. And of course, it was terribly sad to sit in the corner of that room and watch this mother dying in front of her children and grandchild. But it was also strangely happy because she was dying in a big large bed being held by her children and granddaughter. It's not a bad way to go. With that in the back of my mind, the manager and I attended the wedding of our good friends Todd and Sarah as they tied the knot in a beautiful beach ceremony. We all start life on our own, and ultimately we all leave this life on our own as well. But in between we have this innate desire to not be alone, to have someone to share our lives with, to love, to laugh, to live with. And weddings are an official way of announcing to your friends and family that, hey, I've found my soulmate, the one I want to spend the rest of my life with.
As my witness, it is my absolute pleasure to officially pronounce you as husband and wife. Todd, you may kiss your beautiful bride.
Sadly, not everybody will find their soulmate, and that is a fact. And I feel deeply sorry for those that haven't. Yet. But what about those that pick somebody who's not their soulmate, but they still settle down with somebody? You know what I mean? They find the last book on the shelf, they're standing in a nightclub when the lights come on at the end of a night, and there's only one person left in the room, and they go home with them. Is that the person that you really want holding you when you take your last breath? Now, I've given this some serious thought in recent days, and obviously there'll be people queuing up to spoon me as I take my last breath. But when it's all said and done, there are just 2 people I want in that room on the day I die. Who's holding you? Thanks for watching this week's episode. If you're a subscriber, thank you. If you haven't, please subscribe and hit that bell so you get notifications. I'll see you next week. Bye. Oh, and of course I better tell you who those 2 people are. Of course, Derek is my soulmate and the one I want in the bed with me. But I'm also selfish, and I want my mum too.